Hello and welcome to a Sunday Reflection. My name is Paul Harvey and this is Life, Passion and Business. We're about helping you explore, finding your passion for life and the work that you do. But it's so much more than that. It's about finding clues to the big life questions. What does it mean to be successful? What is the meaning of life? If you're looking for more, then join me on this journey where together we will discover through interviews, tools and tips how to live life full of meaning, passion and purpose. Good morning. This program was recorded in someone's garden when I was foraging for fruit this morning. I had to be very careful not to get too geeked out by the plants. It turns out that I am quite passionate about gardening. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Good morning. Sunday morning. It's a Sunday reflection. And, been a nice morning. Did some yoga when I got up. And, the day before the event, so lots of final preparation today to get sorted out. Really going a big day today. So working on a Sunday, but that's what you do. But before it all starts, just after, it must be just after 9, is it? I think I am in a neighbour's garden, and so today's Sunday reflection is about living the dream, or living a dream, or having a dream. And I'm still reflecting on this while I think about it really, but there is this thing about the idea of having a dream, thinking about or moving towards a dream, thinking about what it is you actually want to create or have. And the sad fact is most of us have forgotten how to dream. Most of us have given up on the whole idea of dreaming anything. I moved here 17 years ago, and there was no dream to come, but there was a dream or the belief there was a possibility of something better than where I lived. And there was an absolute energy and excitement about leaving London and moving to Forres. And I think it was about the possibility, the unlimited possibility that we had coming here. And did it fulfill that dream? I have to say, for a long time, I did actually wander around the place. After a couple of years. Oh, this chair's not very stable. I'm in someone's garden. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Yeah, there was a number of years where I kind of tried to recapture that energy of when we first arrived here. And I found it difficult to capture. I kind of because there was times I remember we were walking around Inverness when we first arrived here, buying kitchens and that sort of stuff. And it was really exciting. There was something real energy about the possibility. But I don't think we ever defined it beyond that energy. And I don't know why that was. But when I look back, and it's this join the dots thing, isn't it, looking back, the last 15 years have been great. It's been, we've not had, we've had abundance. We've not had money per se, because that's not what it was about. It was always about just being here and enjoying the journey and raising a son. And what has really come to the fore in the last few weeks is how that project is pretty much complete. My son is an adult. All right, a young adult, but he is an adult, and it's his time to move on. So that part of the project's done, and I'm now into the new project. And so it's what does it mean to live the dream? What does it mean to live into your dreams? And these are some of the things that are going to come out over the next few days in the event that we're starting on Monday. Did I mention we're doing an event? Maybe I did, can't remember. So look, here's one of the things I discovered I'm really passionate about. I love foraging for food. I love getting my own food in a wild environment. or not necessarily wild environment, but naturally. And so I've done that for years. Since moving here, I had the opportunity of finding local things or eating locally. And one of the things I discovered is I quite like making jam. And there's some fantastic plums around here. And I found a friend who had a load of plums, and they gave me a load of plums, so I made some plum jam. So the next year I started foraging around, seeing where I could find plums. And every year so far for the last, 10 years plus, I have foraged, found or discovered plums. Well, maybe I had a year off at 1 year, I think. It was a pretty bad harvest 1 year, I think. So there's some local plum trees in a garden, a deserted garden near the house. And that was devastating a couple of years ago when someone cut the bloody half the tree down because they couldn't see over their fence. This garden was rented out. It belongs to a friend, and it was rented out to another friend. And she never used the plums in this garden. Well, she did a few. So I used to come into this garden every year and harvest the plums. Not a lot, just enough to make some jam. And so a few weeks back, remembering there's plums here, and I know the friend had moved out, I texted the owner, knowing full well that I knew her. And I said, I used to harvest plums in your garden when you lived here. Would you mind any chance of getting a few kilograms of plums? And she said to me, which is really funny, she said to me like, your timing's perfect. If you come by, could you pick them up? So, needless to say, I am here picking plums, which I think is fantastic. But it is an amazing garden, actually. Someone planned this garden a long time ago and planted some amazing trees. And these are chestnuts. So this garden is a very old garden, apple tree. There's quite a few apple trees in this garden. Apples are really, really important in Scotland. And a lot of people have forgotten what the different varieties are for, apparently. There's quite a lot of people here that study apples up here because there are so many varieties. But here is why I am here. Here is why I am doing my live from this garden today, because of these. But this thing about the dream thing, it's like, it's only occurred to me recently about this. And I struggle with living the dream. What is a dream for me? What does it look like to live into my dreams? I've been thinking about this issue, this thing about dreaming and what I actually want. And it's actually quite hard to move towards your dreams. It's really easy to have them when we're young. Really easy to have them when we're young. It's funny because one of the podcast guests who will be out in a week or so, actually I might put him out this week actually because it's a lovely story. He as a child wanted to be an astronaut, but he was living in Eastern Europe, living in Poland. And there was no way he could be an astronaut in Poland. They didn't have a space program. And it wasn't a big dream. It wasn't that big for him. I mean, anyway, I'll tell you the story later. But we came back to that point at the end of the conversation because he's a relatively wealthy man now. And I said, actually, in fact, you could be an astronaut now. It will be possible to get, to be an astronaut. And he said, yeah, it would actually. And if the price comes down to $40,000, he'll probably do it. And it's like, sometimes the dreams happen even when you don't realise they're going to. I guess when I reflect back onto my father's life, he never lived his dream. He never had any dreams. He just had an idea of just living his life and getting through it and getting to the end of it. Which is a way a lot of people do it. A lot of people live their life with no aspiration, no plan, and no idea of what they want. And I would say I did the same for a long time. We seek the hedonistic ideas, we seek the simple pleasures of now, but not necessarily build the huge dream of going forward. Entrepreneurs do, and they are a very small bunch of people who really kind of go, I want to achieve this. And I can safely say that now my son is leaving home, and I've discovered the podcast and I've discovered virtual events. I'm now starting to have a dream. I'm now starting to see something that would be exciting. And now that Cheryl's on board, my wife's on board with it, now it's becoming really exciting because I've got my playmate with me. So yeah, looking forward to it. So what are your dreams? Are you living your dreams? Are you exploring your dreams? Is there a plan? Have you put something into the sat-nav? Did you pick the destination when you got on the plane? So these are the thoughts and questions that we have to ask ourselves, and only we can bring the answer to them. And I have to say, it's not something that happens easily. You know, we can have those early dreams in life when we're children, when we're teenagers. And what happens is the stresses and strains of life, the challenges of life get in the way. It's only when we make a conscious choice to go, actual fact, I want that. That's when it all starts to happen. Anyway, I've prattled enough for my Sunday reflections. So, the event starts tomorrow, 24th of August, 5:30 UK time. I'll be there, talking about this stuff, no doubt. And I'll be in the group today and in various places saying about more what's going to go on. But, you know, we are going to have a ball. We've got 5 days coming of absolutely amazing conversations with amazing people. And no, because they've all been done. We did them in advance because you can't trust the technology. So they've all been done. They're all ready to go. The final editing happening today. I would love more people to be exposed to this. I really want people to appreciate and understand what is possible. And the only way I can get that message out there is for you to share it for me. Okay, so thanks a lot for listening. Thank you so much. As I say, thank you for your time and attention. Okay, as I might have mentioned, there is an event, Reasons and Results, starting tomorrow evening at 5:30. That's August the 24th. If you would like more details, please check out the links in the show notes or go to Life, Passion and Business. The event is 5 days of inspiration and amazing revelations. So please do go to the page of Life, Passion and Business and check it out, because it's all free to access and very worth your time. All the best.